bring in my guests at this hour. Harish Khurana, spokesperson of the Delhi BJP, Siddharth Sharma, representing the Aam Aadmi Party, and Ujjaini Chatterjee is a lawyer. I'm going to begin with you, Ms. Chatterjee. Despite giving shelter to refugees and asylum seekers and following the UNHCR to identify individuals as such, India is not signatory to the 1951 United Nations Conventions on Refugees, nor does India have a refugee policy or a refugee law of its own. As far as the central government is concerned, the first clarity vis-a-vis Rohingyas came from the Union Home Minister then in 2017, that is Mr. Rajnath Singh. I want to understand from you what exactly is the truth here.
Thank you. So I'll kind of keep it short, but I want to just highlight on some definitions. First of all, the Rohingyas are not illegal immigrants. They're asylum seekers and refugees. And yes, we are not signatory to the refugee conventions, but we are signatory to a lot of other international law instruments like ICCPR, CRs, which are political and civil rights and child rights conventions, etc. And also we have the Constitution of India, which gives the right to life to everyone, every person, whether they're citizens or non-citizens within the territory of India. Now, yes, of course, India not having a structured outlined law on refugees creates a lot of problems, as we see in this situation. But one thing is very clear, the treatment of the Rohingya refugees is particularly discriminatory and arbitrary, and to a large extent in contravention of the laid out law in terms of the Constitution of India. Now, I understand political considerations, there are political issues that political parties and politicians have to deal with.
Yes.
However, that requires some character and honesty, and that is derived from the Constitution. Now, Constitution in Article 253 says that you can make policies based on international law, and
Yes.
51C of the Article 51C of Constitution also says that the laws have to be made. We have to endeavor to implement international laws.
Yes,
and our international commitments.
The fact is that India has kept its position on refugees largely ambiguous. And it has also played host to people who have been displaced. As of February this year, 47,098 refugees and asylum seekers are registered with the UNHCR in India. Data also shows that 976 individuals were registered in February 2022, mainly from Afghanistan and Myanmar. So, as far as this issue is concerned, there is a lot of ambiguity is what I am highlighting. But yes, as you pointed out rightly, this is now playing out in the domain of pure politics. And let me bring in Harish Khurana now. Harish Khurana, first, the Urban Development Minister tweets, then the Home Ministry issues a clarification. And since yesterday, we have been seeing the BJP and the government go all out to say that whatever Mr. Hardeep Puri said was completely wrong. What the Aam Aadmi Party here is saying is that the file notings that they have show that officers were instructed to send it directly to the LG, bypassing the elected government of Delhi. What is your defense?
See, first of all, BJP is absolutely clear about Rohingyas. BJP believes that they are illegal migrants and they are serious legal threat. They're illegally residing in India, and their national security concerns is serious on this. Point number 2 about your Aam Aadmi Party allegation and all those stuff. A few minutes before, Ajay Mishra has tweeted, sent a letter back to Manish Sisodia, where in the point number 3, it has been clearly said in Hindi that there is no letter being written by FRRO or a MHA to any concern regarding the Bakarwala so-called 250 relocations of the people of illegal migrants to the Bakarwala flats. It has been cleared, point number 3. It has been also cleared in point number 7. It was a proposal of Delhi government, which last.
Okay, Siddharth Sharma, why is the Delhi government? Why was the Delhi government looking for providing shelter to illegal migrants?
This Aam Aadmi Party has to give the answer now.
That's why I'm asking them. That's why I'm asking them, Harish.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Harish has to just wait for my answer. Okay.
Yes.
In this panel, the learned advocate, Ms. Chatterjee, has very clearly defined what the humanitarian and the refugee status are. That
Yes.
is not an issue of discussion right here, because constitutionally in India, foreign citizens, what the status is has to be decided by the central government, and the central government is run by Mr. Modi and the BJP government. They have to decide about the constitutional status of any foreigner in India. That is a constitutional tenet. That's very clear. Now, as far as the Minister of State's recent tweet or the recent clarification to the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister's question, investigation request today has answered, it clearly shows that the meeting of the FRRO and the LG and the bureaucracy and the Deputy Home Secretary happened not just behind the backs of Aam Aadmi Party's elected representatives of Delhi Assembly, but also behind the back of the union government. That is what this letter states. That is what Aam Aadmi Party has been stating, that in this whole saga, there are six characters in this whole saga. 3 characters are on the same page, and there are 3 other characters whose roles are not yet clear. Character number 1, the Supreme Court of India, it clearly says that the Rohingyas have to be deported, irrespective of their status.
Okay.
Character number 2, the Delhi government, it unequivocally says that the Rohingyas have to be deported. Character number 3, the government of India, it unequivocally clearly says that the Rohingyas have to be deported. So if 3 constitutional bodies are on the same page, what is the problem? The problem comes up when the 3 other characters come into play. One character is Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri, who runs the Urban Development Minister. He says that the Rohingyas will be dealt as per rehabilitation program of the United Nations, on which India is not at all a signatory. That creates confusion number 1. Confusion number 2 is created by the bureaucracy led by the LG, which goes around behind the elected representative of a state, which also interestingly comprises of BJP MLAs. It goes behind even its own MLAs. It goes behind even its own 7 elected MPs. And comes up with a proposal that Rohingyas have to be rehabilitated.
Harish, why is there a confusion then?
No, just Maria, there is the 6th character that I have to clarify. There is one last character that we have to discuss. The last character here and the most important character here is that 1 week ago in Cambodia, the Indian Foreign Minister, Mr. Honorable Jaishankar, and the US Secretary of State, Mr. Antony Blinken, have a meeting, and that readout states that Burma was discussed, the Burma issue was discussed. Now, whether within
Harish, why this confusion? Because the confusion started. The confusion started with the Urban Development Minister.
The Urban Development Minister, who incidentally is a career diplomat and a very distinguished diplomat, he comes up with a rehabilitation plan.
Mr. Sharma, your name
and
is
LG goes behind,
please intervene.
bureaucracy goes behind the elected government.
Okay, Mr. Sharma.